I'm Robert Bell, and we're here at the 2013 NAB show talking with thought leaders in media contribution and distribution about some of the most important trends shaping the industry, from technology shifts to changing viewer expectations. And here's what one of them had to say about the most important changes taking place today.
We're in the transport business, so it only benefits us when people need more bandwidth or bandwidth to more locations, and that's certainly what is being demanded here. So we see that as an overall benefit to our company whenever there is any kind of demand like that. It doesn't really play a role except in things like 4G type networks where you have to accommodate for the traffic, the data traffic in a 4G network. And that's really where it gets complicated. Otherwise, it's really provision of the transport, and that's where it benefits. Well, of course, there's my favorite topic, which is carrier identification, which has gone through the whole DVB process and is well on its way to being an ETSI standard. And now it's up to the satellite industry to be able to take that and turn it into an operational function. But other than that, and again it's DVB, there's effort underway with extensions of the current DVB S2 standard. And that's of benefit to the industry because that overall will give them an OpEx benefit. And there's other things going on too in association with that are greater for the S3 standard, which is a few years down the road, but that will again have even greater savings for the industry. Where we are that there are some satellite operators that are, let's say, lead in this sort of space and lead in new technologies and see the need for things faster than others. And those are the ones, without naming names, that are pushing for this technology to be implemented to the point where we need to, and we are working on, within the WBU, on a set of questions, frequently asked questions for carrier identification, so that it becomes even more of a known entity and can be used by the satellite operators to be able to convey the information to their customers. So we're taking those steps now. I think we're pretty well, we're just in a new area now, and it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. Well, what they need this year is what they need every year, and that's how do they save on their operating expense. And so they're always looking for that. Where's the benefit in being able to reduce what they need for satellite capacity? And we're always on top of that game in making that happen for them. So we hear those issues constantly. Where we're seeing, say, for what is in the broadcast industry, the over-the-top requirements that fall into, say, 4G, that's where we're focusing efforts on delivering that for different 4G networks and being able to address that requirement. It's a different mix than what it was with the old cell backhaul for GSM networks, because now you're talking about a data portion of it that's significant. But yes, there's that underway also. Well, what we're doing is we are working within the DVB organization with other companies on working towards these extensions to DVB S2. And those are, I think that's going to show some tangible benefits for the broadcast industry on the contribution side pretty soon, and that's over the course of this year. In fact, we're pushing on we already have products that can address that. And those products are going to be able to be upgraded to the extensions when those are agreed to towards, let's say a year from now, they'll definitely be agreed to by then, and you'll be able to then have that package. The S3, which is the next big step, we also have our own ideas on how to implement for S3, taking it beyond the extensions, and those will again have even more tangible benefits. That's not going to see its way into set-top boxes or the like, or even on broadcasts like for direct-to-home for a while, because that's a whole big ecosystem move, similar to what happened with S to S2. So, you know, that's going to take up quite some time, and probably by the close of the decade, we'll start seeing that being in place. But certainly for contribution, extensions, and then S3, and I think that's something the industry is going to take, is going to be using on the contribution side. It does save them, it saves them on the contribution side. Well, hopefully it'll be ultra-high definition television that becomes even more accepted, and anything that drives transport we'll be happy to address, whether it's transport for contribution or transport for 4G networks. But I think that's what's going to happen. We're really seeing multiple channels of information out there now, you know, into tablets and into smartphones, as well as into televisions and across the internet. And who knows where that will show up again. It's just more channels for that types of distribution, and we'll see that in 3 years with the pressure to keep the cost down. That'll be a constant theme. That'll never go away.